Today we're going to look at 4 great hip openers, 4 poses that are really going to help increase our flexibility in our hips. So the first one we're going to look at is Baddha Konasana, or a bound angle pose, or cobbler pose. Bringing your feet together. You want to first of all start with the soles of the feet facing each other, then you want to open the feet out like a book. From there, we're leaning the body forward, rolling the shoulders back. So encouraging the feet to open. When you encourage the feet to open, that's further opening the hips. The B version is we take our forehead to the soles of our feet. You can also use the arms to encourage the legs to open further. So using a little bit of resistance, the legs pushing into the arms pushing into the legs. If you're Superman tight in your hips, your knees are very likely to be quite high up. To make this pose even more comfortable and slightly more restorative as well, you could put cushions underneath each of the knees. The second pose we're going to look at today is Agni Stambhasana, fire log pose. So you want to get the shins parallel with the front edge of the mat. Then you're taking your right foot onto your left knee. Gently perhaps pushing down on the knees, but being very, very careful of the knees. If your knees are super high, you could put a block underneath the leg that is on top. You could put it underneath the ankle, and that will really help you. Making sure you practice both sides. You might find one side is tougher than the other. That's completely normal. Being mindful of your hips, making sure they're nice and level and you haven't got one hip hoiked up higher than the other. The next pose we're looking at today is Malasana, garland pose. So when you begin this pose, this kind of squatting pose, your heels are likely to be lifted up. Gradually, as you become more comfortable in the posture, you will be able to bring your heels to the mat. You can take your hands into prayer position and using the backs of the arms to push into the knees. Love working with opposing forces in yoga, creating some resistance and encouraging the hips to open. The last pose we're going to look at is half lotus. So we're going to take the right leg nice and high and lift it up towards the crease of the left hip. Again, if your knees are really high, you could bring a block underneath that knee. We're using Gaya Mudra, making sure we do the second side. Don't want to be uneven in our practice. So left leg up really high before you let that knee drop, and encourage the knee to drop breath by breath. So Gaya Mudra, we're making a little circle with our thumbs and our first fingers, and Gaya Mudra is really great for concentration and memory. So those are our hip openers. Enjoy your practice. Namaste.